And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, today we're talking about Raid the Pantry. Do you like to cook?
Yes.
I like to cook. Is cooking good and delicious and wonderful? So a game that helps you cook is fantastic. I was actually hoping this game would give us some good recipes, but it really doesn't. But it has food from all over the world in it. Let's take a look. Alright, here's the game. There's different sets of cards. You can see here there are ingredient cards, and next to these are some of the ingredient cards that are in the game: chili, pepper, cheese, milk, cream, and sugar. This is the waste bin, because apparently in this game people are throwing perfectly good food away. Then over here I have two other sets of cards: action cards and dish cards. Now each player is going to get three of these dish cards at the beginning of the game. Now these dish cards are different types. You can see that they come from different spots. Like this is an Italian dish, this chocolate mousse is a French dish, the crepes are a French dish. At the top of each card shows you how many points it's worth for you to do that dish, and on the side it tells you what ingredients you need for that dish. So for example here, the mushroom pizza, you need cheese, dough, mushrooms, and tomato puree. And for the crepes you need eggs, flour, milk, and cream. For the chocolate mousse you need chocolate, eggs, milk, cream, and sugar. So if you get all those ingredient cards in your hand, you will be able to play them and put this recipe face up in front of you. On a player's turn, they can draw the top action card and play that, or they can discard two ingredients to the bin to take an ingredient of their choice. But most of the time, players are going to take an action card. Action cards can be all sorts of things. Spoiled food. Each player in turn adds two ingredients to rubbish bin. That affects everybody. Or marketplace, everyone can exchange ingredient cards with each other. Or a shopping bag, take the top two ingredient cards. Or retrieve one ingredient from the bin, as long as it's not more than 8 cards deep. Or fishing expedition, kind of like Go Fish, request an ingredient from another player. Or here's dumplings. This is actually a recipe that if you happen to have mince, then you can immediately play this and you have a free 1-point recipe in front of you. Now, all these different cards will do different things. Once you make a recipe, let's say you've made a recipe, and that recipe included potatoes, onions, and an orange. Oh, that would be an interesting recipe. Then, once you're done with the recipe, you will leave those ingredients in front of you, and you can use those ingredients on future cards, future recipes. So here we have pasta, and there's all sorts of ingredients that are in the game. In fact, here's an ingredient distribution card that shows you, because some ingredients there are more of or there are less of. As you can see, there's only 1 taco shells. So if you're going to make the tacos, that's the only ingredient in the deck that's going to work for that. And there's also wild ingredient cards, so on and so forth. Now, each of these dishes will give you points as the game progresses. Once a certain number of points has been gotten, the game is over. 10 points or 11 points is enough to win the game in a 4-player game, and you win. Alright, Raid the Pantry is certainly a game that's going to be geared, I think, towards kids. It says 8 or higher on here. What do you think of this game, Melody?
I thought the artwork was really cool. I liked how they took pictures of actual food. And
playing this game made me so hungry.
Not me. I like the part where you're trying to get the different foods made, and I really stunk at that part. I only got like 2 dishes done because I just couldn't draw the right cards, but it was just a lot of fun to play with my sisters.
Alright. Holly, what do you think of this game?
I liked it because I like the food, so not all of them. I like the types of recipes to make the foods and stuff.
Yeah, one thing I noticed when Holly played, she got really excited when she could complete a dish, because it was really fun. You're like, oh, you have everything to make taco salad or whatever.
Tacos?
Yeah, tacos. So, you like this game a lot?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Amy, what do you think?
I think it's a great game because I like how they, as Melody said, I liked how they took pictures of it and they didn't just draw it. And I liked how they had these yellow cards. You could like get stuff from the dumpster or from the trash. And I like the artwork. I really enjoyed this game because I mostly got like about 6 dishes.
Okay. Well, I mean, there's a lot of neat things in this game. One of the things I enjoyed was when you got the ingredients together and completed a dish, they stayed there and you could use them for other dishes. So you would look for ingredients that might work in several of the dishes that you had in your hand. There's certainly interaction in this game, but there's also a lot of luck. You're going to get, cards that you certainly can't use, or, someone else takes a card that you were about to take into their hand, or what have you. And so there is that, but I think the theme is going to come over really strongly in this, and I think if you play this game with who it's intended to play, with families or kids, I think it's going to go over very well. Like they said, the pictures are very appealing, the food is very international, there's some neat aspects to the game. Raid the Pantry.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find the latest board game news at Dicetowernews.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Fun Again Games, the world's best game source. Fun Again Games has over 5,000 games available. Check them out at funagain.com.